Well, I wanted to ask you about a related issue, which is the arrest of the founder of Telegram, Pavel Durov in France, arrested near Paris. There's apparently a huge investigation going on into Telegram. Uh, Interestingly enough, he was born in Russia, but had to leave Russia because Russia was cracking down on his app Telegram because it couldn't control it. So then he gets citizenship in France and the UAE. And now he's being arrested apparently because he hasn't been cooperative enough in helping authorities with investigations. And there's allegations that there's been all sorts of nefarious activity on Telegram that he has not sufficiently cracked down on. But people who, support free speech are saying that this is about Telegram being outside the control of the NATO national security apparatus. And he's being punished for this. Based on the limited information we have so far, what's your sense of what's going on?
Yeah, this is an issue that we've been following, and we will work on it because I'm actually part at the National Assembly. I'm part of the committee on, it's called constitutional law and judicial process, and we deals with civil liberties and stuff like that. So it's very much in the scope of what we're doing, and we've opposed every bill that Macron passed over the past 7 years that infringed and attacked actual fundamental civil liberties. And there've been a lot of them. And especially when it comes to freedom of speech and social media, recently there've been a lot of unrest, or it's not really an uprising, but a lot of social unrest in New Caledonia, in Kanaki. And they actually banned TikTok because that's and they did it because a lot of young people use TikTok to communicate on that. So they banned TikTok, and it's like nobody except us oppose that, and they're saying that you can't do that, but they did it anyway. So there's a lot of instance when they pretended to, of course, fight against child pornography, to fight against underground and illegal dealings with the internet, that everybody will agree on that, but say that you should give more funding to justice and stuff like that, rather than infringe on civil liberties and freedom of speech. So we've always opposed those attempts. Unfortunately, we were almost the only group that doing that, because a lot of people, since we've been living in France in a state of emergency nonstop for the past now 20 or 30 years. So people are used, even left people are used to this exceptional state of exception, and when you use the threat of the fear of terrorist attacks and stuff like that, some people are really willing to let the state do whatever they want, and they've been attempting to do that. So yes, we are very skeptical about the reason that the Ministry of Justice try to justify this arrest, and we will look into that. I think it has more to do with some geopolitical power play with Russia, and than actually trying to protect to fight criminals or whatever. I think it has more to do with that, and in doing what they do, they're sending a very dangerous message. They've been doing that a lot already, censoring freedom of speech, and we shouldn't let it. We won't let it happen without trying to fight back against this.
Yeah, the app Rumble, which is like an alternative to YouTube, it's banned in France because they won't take RT, the Russian state broadcaster, off of their channel. So if you're in France, you can't use Rumble.
And you see, there's such hypocrisy because actually this summer, Macron invited Elon Musk, and he came, and among other, wealthy people and very bosses and stuff like that, and a lot of people have been complaining about the way Musk has been, using X platform to actually push for is political and ideological, ideas, and helping a lot of problematic far right and supremacists to express and stuff like that. So the very reason they are giving to justify this arrest could be applied to a lot of the very people they are like supporting, like Zuckerberg or Musk. So it's a blatant hypocrisy, and I think it's pretty obvious. So of course you need to fight against crimes on the internet and stuff like that, but it's definitely not what they are doing right now, and I think it's more political and geopolitical than actual progressive or for freedom of speech or whatever, because they've been the ones censoring, as I said, as we said, Palestinian Voice, and blocking accounts on X, and asking to block accounts on X, and so they are the last one to pretend to fight for democracy or freedom of speech.
Can you talk about the Olympics and how Macron is kind of hiding behind them to execute this coup?
Well, I think he tried to do that, and of course, since it's been happening, and actually yesterday the Paralympics started in Paris, so I think he's trying also to use the enthusiasm for the Olympics, and the fact that people liked the show and the athletes and stuff like that, which you can also question, because there's a lot of problematic dealing with the Olympics. But nevertheless, during the summer, he said that we should make a Olympic pause, because we couldn't make political dealings, even though he's the one who actually called for a snap election right before the Olympics. So he knew that we would have to make institutional change right before the Olympics. So he's been trying, but I think nobody really. I mean, of course, people were also on holidays. We got the summer holidays, and a lot of people went on holidays to have some rest after the year we had. But people are coming back, and they see, they went to the polls, they voted for change, and now kids are coming back to school. They still don't have enough teachers in the school. People are still struggling to make it and meet and stuff like that. So I think he didn't fool anyone, and it was so blatant the way he tried to insert himself in every photo with the athletes, and to play, try to serve the wave of sympathy that was happening around the Olympics. But I think nobody was really fooled, and he's just trying to win, to win some time. I mean, to delay as long as possible. And I think that also is a factor that anger a lot of people, because it's obvious how he's like, this is about people's lives, and first he did this bet on our lives, and trying to hand over power to the far right, and now he's delaying the moment people's life can actually change, because that's what they're waiting for, their life to improve, and our society to rebuild around progressive policies. And I think that's angering people. So hopefully we are now back for school and back to work, and it means like we're also back on the streets.